6 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the second period. Each team has scored a goal in this period, and your score at the Coliseum is 2.
Guess what? My folks just left.
Thank you.
When a man loves a woman.
The Subaru Justy with on-demand four-wheel drive gets you anywhere you want to go less expensively than any other four-wheel drive car.
Mr. Potts, you're home.
Of course, the roads are terrible. What brings you out on a night like this, James?
Islanders with a good scoring opportunity, led by Brian Trottier. Comes down, drops the puck out to Greg Gilbert. His shot right away. Good stop here by Alain Chevrier as he kicks the puck out. Back come the New Jersey Devils. And here, a pass from Sundstrom. Good stop by Kelly Rudy off Pat Verbeek's shot. See, Kelly Rudy, as he tried to clear it, was checked, but the Islanders intercepted that pass and finally got it out of there. But some good goaltending at both ends of the ice. Alain Chevrier off Greg Gilbert, and then Verbeek's shot stopped by Kelly Rudy.
Brent Sutter with Flatley and Dale Henry, the Islander forwards here. Sutter moved into forecheck, knocked the puck away from Driver. Flatley gets it to Henry, and a shot blocked by Chevrier. Sorella plays it off the glass. Janssen blocked it outside the line and gets back into the Devils' zone. Played it wide of Chevrier. Driver moves it up the boards off Morrow, covering at the point. Kenny Morrow goes back. Sundstrom moves into the Islanders' zone to take the puck, centers it out in front. A one-time effort by Sullivan missed, and here's Brent Sutter with it. Gave it to Morrow. Now to Dale Henry. Henry shoots it in from center ice. Sorella is there. Sorella rounds the net. Lays it off the boards. Brent Sutter traps it. Got it toward the net. That's picked up and cleared out by Driver. Off Korn. Into the Islanders' zone, wide of the net. Potvin touches up. We have an icing against New Jersey. We've got something brewing here. Sorella and Henry back at the blue line. The linesman, Pat Capuzzo, got between them before any punches were thrown. Challenge was issued and accepted. Capuzzo very quickly got in there.
Good job by the linesman, Pat Capuzzo. It didn't look like they were that anxious to get into a fight, so his being there gives them a good excuse. This month, the Flying Finn, Mikko Makela, graces the cover of the Islander News, the official newspaper of the New York Islanders. Read about the Islanders' high-scoring right winger and other features on Greg Gilbert, Pat LaFontaine, and much, much more. For a one-year subscription, that includes 9 monthly issues. Send a check or money order for $12 to the Islander News, Post Office Box 5420, Hempstead, New York, 11550.
Delay of the game penalties against Dale Henry and Joe Sorella. They didn't rough, they didn't fight. They didn't really get a chance to do anything.
I think that's a bad call. You know why I think it's a bad call? Because if they had gotten into a fight, they'd have got a 5-minute. They didn't delay the game. The referee, he should give himself a penalty. They didn't do anything, what he's saying. He's contradicting himself. He's saying it's a delay of the game. They're saying, well, maybe we're just stopping to talk.
Without sticks and gloves?
He didn't, right. They were using sign language, body language. But if he's going to call a delay of the game penalty, do you understand what I'm saying? They have to do something. They didn't do anything.
They delayed the game.
No, the referee delayed the game. He blew the whistle. They hadn't done anything. He has to give them a penalty in order to delay the game.
Well, the teams are at 6 aside, and Popvan's shot is blocked. Now he gets it in front off Crom. Goes to Basson. Backhands it behind the net for Crom. Out to Basson. Moves in with a shot. Good save, and Chevrier covers it and holds on.
Interesting to watch Chevrier. You see the move he made a moment ago when Alan Kerr, a moment ago, was back at the 4:19 mark, almost 10 minutes ago. Alan Kerr's goal, he seemed to pull away. He did it that time, Alain Chevrier. Basson almost beat him in the same spot. Here's Basson coming out. Watch the lower right-hand corner. Watch the catching glove. You see him dip in with his left leg as he starts to slide away from the post. That's where Alan Kerr scored it when he put it off the bottom of his glove. Here the Islanders get the pass out. Here comes Basson as he takes the shot. Chevrier makes the stop, and then Basson wheels and tries to hammer the rebound, but Chevrier hung on to it. But it was interesting. I wonder if they know that. The minute that the player comes in from the right wing side to the left of Chevrier, he starts to pull away from the post. Kerr beat him there. Basson come close.
Now they line up in this draw. Basson got it on target. Potvin with a shot that went wide. The rebound came off the boards. Hahn couldn't get to it, and here are the Devils over center ice. Johnson across the line with a pass to O'Callahan. Fired it across. Rudy dives out to make a brilliant save off Mark Johnson.
What a stop by Kelly Rudy. Not only did it look good, it did the job. Mark Johnson thought the thing was in. I'll bet a lot of people like myself thought it was going to be in. If it had gone into the net, no one would have been surprised. Here's Johnson as he makes the drop pass to his left, heads for the net. Here's the return play. Look at Kelly Rudy, dives across with his arms, gets a hold of the puck and makes the save. That pass coming from Jack O'Callahan, a beautiful play. What a nice setup. There's the play at the net by Mark Johnson. Good stop by Kelly Rudy. A beauty, as good as we've seen in the hockey game. 5:19 remaining here in the second period. Kerr has scored, Verbeek has scored. As Mark Johnson wondering what else can he do. He can't do anything other than try and do what he did and get his stick on it, deflect it into the net. But Kelly Rudy had something else in mind.
Devils get the draw. Callahan off the point. Rudy stretches out to grab that as it came through a screen, and there's no further play.
Boy, Kelly Rudy starting to look like the Kelly Rudy that we've used to seeing in the early part of the season. What timing he has on the puck. I'm not so sure he saw this, folks. I think he just moved over because that's the position to be in. O'Callahan blisters it. He got his left pad and arm in front of it, knocked it down, and then held on. Look at the Islanders covering in front of him. A good job by the Islander defense corps.
They've been treated to a great performance by both goaltenders today. A year ago, Kelly Rudy started 6 of the 7 games against the Devils, and Alain Chevrier 5 of the 7. And we're treated to that same matchup today. As you look at the lifetime numbers, the Islanders winning 34 of 38 games between the two teams here at the Coliseum. Rivers fires one off the left point that missed. Held in by O'Callahan. Dineen gets to it now and plays it around to Leiter. Let it go. Picks it up again and fed it on to Trottier, to LaFontaine on right wing. LaFontaine breaks in, Chevrier the save, and the Devils get to the rebound. Johnson feeds it up to Maley on the left side. David Maley plays it in around Dineen. Kenny Leiter after it along with Johnson. From off Leiter's stick. Brown plays it back in the net. There's Dineen. Away from Johnson and starts out with it. Dineen shoots it in from center ice. Bounces out in front. Wolanin lost it. Randy Wood gets to it, then gave it away to Brown. Jim Korn moves up ahead, takes the pass from Brown and shoots it into the Islander zone. Rudy dropped his stick as he went out of the net. There's Flatley heading away from John McLean. Flatley gives the puck to Janssen off his skates, and it comes outside the line, picked up by Flatley. Into the Devils zone. Patrick Flatley pulls up on Danico, got bumped, maintained control of the puck. Trying to give it to Wood, to Flatley, to LaFontaine. Oh, Chevrier, a brilliant stop. Slides to the right and robs LaFontaine.
Both ends of the ice. We've seen great goaltending now in the last few moments. Chevrier that time as Pat LaFontaine and Pat Flatley team up. Only Chevrier, like Kelly Rudy at the other end, had something else to say and do about it. Here's the loose puck picked up by Flatley. There's the pass. Look at Chevrier dance across. Beautiful timing as he slid across, stacking the pads, kicking it out with his right foot. Good stop by Chevrier from close in. Here the puck bouncing loose. Randy Wood helps Flatley get to it. There's his play to LaFontaine. His shoveling backhand kicked out by Alain Chevrier, and then LaFontaine, not finished at that, tried to dump it back out in front to Wood. Chevrier intercepted it.
3 minutes, 57 seconds remaining in the second period. Very tight hockey game. Islanders 2, Devils 1. New Jersey got the draw. Wolanin tied up, gave it away. Makela lost it to Muller, and the Devils come up 3-on-2. Muller to Broughton on the left side. Broughton moves in, and it's in Rudy's pads, comes out in front on the exchange, and Trottier gave it to Makela, then to Gilbert. Gilbert over the line, fed it to Trottier, centers one, went behind Makela. Muller for the Devils, clears it out into center ice. There's Wolanin. Using the boards, he puts it in the Islanders zone. Diddick gives it to Potvin. His pass across to Makela is knocked away. And Danico puts it into the Islanders zone, and Potvin is there. Dennis Potvin, long pass to Makela. Played it into center ice, picked off by Loisel, and he couldn't get it back into the Islanders zone. Wolanin brings it in, and Trottier intercepts that pass. Cleared it out, and Danico recovers for New Jersey. And Danico gets to center ice and dumps it into the Islander zone. Rudy will leave it for Potvin. He draws a crowd, then plays it up quickly for Alan Kerr. Kerr over center ice, moving it on Danico. He shoots one wide on the glove side, and that comes off the far glass. Richard Crom puts it back in the net. There's Korn. Alan Kerr went up high to hit him. Kerr gets up with the puck. Pushed and then knocked down by Curvers. Basson moves in, trying to knock it away from Korn. Korn has it in his skates, kicked it loose, and recovers. Sidestep the check from Basson. Korn plays it up the boards for McLean. He flips it out into center ice. A spinning puck goes back to Dineen. Over to Leiter. Loisel into forecheck. Leiter plays it back in the net for Dineen. Now to Basson. Relays it to Alan Kerr. Kerr right back to Basson. Trying to move in on Curvers. Kept his balance. A delay penalty here. Basson in front to Kerr. The shot went wide. Flatley gets to it. Kelly Rudy coming back to the Islander bench. Flatley turning in center ice gives his team an opportunity to get the sixth attacker out there with a pass to LaFontaine that's offside.
Going to be another penalty here. Too many men on the ice, I think, for the New York Islanders. A break in the action. There's penalties coming up, and we'll be right back to tell you all about it.
I give up, Brian.
Listen, Rick, hockey players are a lot like the vehicles of Van Buren GMC.
You mean tough, durable, and stylish?
Right. So when you're skating, think of the smooth ride vehicles from Van Buren provide on any surface. And when you're shooting, be confident, like Mr. Goodwrench, because no one knows your GM truck better, no one. Then put it all together while remembering anything cars can do, Van Buren can do better.
Nice shot, Rick.
Thanks, Brian.
Well, as the excitement picked up, so does everything else. The sticks get up a little high, too. Here, Curvers gets a penalty. It reminds me a little of the one that Kelly Rudy got. To give the Islanders a two-man disadvantage, or to put the Islanders in a two-man disadvantage, but Curvers for high sticking. I saw Pat DiPuzzo turn around, point at the Islanders bench. They had the gate open, and I think it was an indication it was offside because there was a player going off of the ice on the New Jersey side of the blue line, and another one going on the ice on the other end. I thought it was a penalty for too many men.
Curvers, the only penalized individual here. They watch Leiter on the power play, giving the puck to LaFontaine into Flatley. Flatley centers. There's Johnson with a shot. Well, Chevrier made the save, and the Devils cleared it, but not out, and Leiter plays it wide. Lauer trying to stuff it in from the side of the net, gets tangled up, and there is no further play. Mike Bossy will be joining Stan Fischler in our studio during the second intermission. We'll get an update on the condition of his back and things that have been going on in his life. Life without hockey, as far as playing anyway, this season. You look at Alain Chevrier, come up with a big stop, and then his teammates helped out clearing the puck from in front of the net.
Do you know that this is the 39th time that the Kansas City, Colorado, New Jersey franchise has faced the Islanders in the Nassau Coliseum? None has ended in a shutout. The Islanders have won 34 of the 39. Here on the power play, Thomas Johnson shoots up high. Chevrier made the save. Johnson got the puck back. Ken Leiter lets go of the shot. Look at it flip and bobble as it goes to the right. Brad Lauer tries to fish it in front, tries to stick it in the net, under the net, through the net, anything, but the whistle blows, stopping the play, and we're waiting now for Pat DiPuzzo to drop the puck. There's a minute and 29 seconds remaining in Curvers' high sticking penalty.
And behind that mask you were looking at, Alain Chevrier with a goals against average of 5.59 in his career games against the New York Islanders. He's played 407 minutes prior to today, given up 38 goals, a record of 3-6-0. Brent Sutter wins the draw, getting it to Johnson, who pulls to the left side, fed it back to Makela, to Johnson, over to Potvin, back to Johnson, into the corner to Trottier. Trottier off balance, put it to the side of the net. Brent Sutter takes it. Knocked away from him. Makela recovers in the corner. Makela draws a couple of Devils. Gave it to Brent Sutter to Makela. Trying to set it up for Sutter. Went off Zorella's stick. Sutter back to Johnson. Through a screen. It was blocked. Sutter got it to Trottier to Makela. Trying to get it back to Sutter, and it's cleared to Johnson. Into Makela. Makela to Potvin. Potvin shoots one that's blocked in front of the net. Trottier with it. To Brent Sutter. To Trottier. 42 seconds left in the period. Sutter works from back of the net now. Worked it around to Trottier. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson faked, then let it go, and it just missed. Outfitted after it. Into Trache. Defeated to the point. He got away from Janssen, and now he has to come. Janssen to Makela. Into the New Jersey end of the ice. Drop pass to Brent Sutter. To Mikko Makela. Rounds the net with it. Makela looks for somebody in the open, and again it comes outside the New Jersey blue line, now with 14 seconds left in the period. Trache's pass to Brent Sutter. Sutter across the New Jersey line in traffic, gave it to Makela. The big slap shot is off the goalpost. It's loose. Sorella able to cover, and there's no further play with exactly 1 second left in the period.
One of the New Jersey Devils down to the right of Chevrier appears to be hurt, seems to be getting up slowly, or he's just hurt feelings in that he missed a check. Getting up slowly, now on his feet, Ken Danico. But Mikko Makela hits the goalpost. There's the pass across to Makela. Watch to the right of the goaltender. Here it comes in on the short side. Bang, off the goalpost, comes straight back out. So many times that happens. Hits the goalpost, hits the goaltender, and goes in, but not this time. The Islander net is blank. 1 second remaining. Actually, it really wouldn't make any difference because at the drop of the puck, if it wasn't shot straight in off the face-off dot, it would almost be impossible for the puck to go to somebody else and shoot it in.
The officials just came back to make sure that the clock hanging at center ice is correct. 1 second. So again, we remind you that the official time is on a stopwatch at the timer's bench.
Exactly. That would be rather embarrassing if that clock up there, after they dropped the puck, stayed at 1 for 4 or 5 seconds, and the Devils were to put it in an empty net, and it counted.
The Islander net empty. It'll be Trache on the face-off, the left-handed shot against Claude Loisel, also a left-hand shot. Puck is put in the corner, and the final second is ticked off the clock. So each team with a goal in that period. The Islanders lengthened their lead to 2-0 when Alan Kerr scored early in the period. Then on a two-man advantage, that man, Pat Verbeek, got his 26th of the year. And the margin remains exactly where it was at the end of the first period, a 1-goal difference. So at the end of 40 minutes, the Islanders lead the New Jersey Devils by a score of 2-1. We'll return to the Coliseum following these messages.
The 1988 Chevrolet Beretta, a new kind of performance car for those who appreciate the not so straight and narrow.
How do you transform the Corsica LT from a comfortable family sedan into a dramatically styled sports sedan? All you have to do is drop off the kids. The 1988 Chevrolet Corsica LT.
If it's out there, it's in here. The 9X Yellow Pages. Why would anyone need another?
Why not try something revolutionary for lunch? Ground beef, lettuce, cheese, and a little imagination. Introducing the new Soft Taco Supreme from Taco Bell. With tomatoes and sour cream. Look, you can try something different or become another statistic. The new Soft Taco Supreme.
Hello, Taco Bell.
Now get a Soft Taco Supreme for only 99 cents at Taco Bell.
Got a tight one here at the Nassau Coliseum. The Islanders leading the New Jersey Devils by a score of 2-1. They were outshot in the first period. They were outshot again in the second. The Devils with 14 shots, the Islanders with 12, so 26-19 in favor of the Devils in the shooting department over 40 minutes. A 1-0 lead for the Islanders went to 2-0. Alan Kerr's 14th goal of the season. Bob Basson assisting at 4:19. And then with the Islanders 2 men short, Pat Verbeek scores a power play goal, his 26th goal this season from Driver and Johnson at the 8:50 mark. The Islanders will have 5 minutes remaining in a power play when the third period begins, but they're 0 for 3 thus far in the game with the man advantage. The Devils 1 of 5. So the Islanders are leading the Devils 2-1 at the Nassau Coliseum. Mike Bossy will be joining Stan Fischler in our studios when we return following these messages.
Financial opportunity For the swift and sure, the rewards have never been greater. We're Manufacturers Hanover. We keep your business on the cutting edge of financial opportunity. From cash management systems to financial engineering, we can tailor a strategy with vision to move your business toward its financial goals. Consider the source. Manufacturers Hanover, the financial source worldwide.
This young woman is about to repair her own car. As you watch, she's actually fixing one of the biggest problems facing today's engines: clogged fuel injectors. She's fixing it with Mobile Super Unleaded Gasoline. Its advanced detergent formula can unclog fuel injectors and give your car a new injection of power. Drive your engine clean with Mobile Super Unleaded, high octane with a plus.
Triple mileage on American can't beat us. Delta with extra mileage falls short. And United's extra mileage program doesn't come close. The fastest free trip on any worldwide airline is still Northwest World Perks. Fly round trip from now until March 31st, and we'll match the Northwest miles you fly in 1988. You can get a free trip after flying only 10,000 miles, Europe for 20,000, and Asia for 30,000. World Perks. No other airline can match it.
Stan Fischler here at Nassau Coliseum with Michael Bossi, and everybody has been wondering how things are going with you. Give us a recapitulation. Where are you at now?
Well, I still go to my therapy treatments 3 times a week for a couple of hours each time, and you know, my overall strength has gotten a lot better, but the back really hasn't improved that much. So you know, I don't know how much closer or how much further I am away from playing, but we're still taking it you know, on a day-to-day basis, and we're hoping that the situation is going to correct itself.
Now, at the right at the beginning of the season, at the press conference, it was made pretty clear that this season was ruled out for you. Yet, I'm sure that a lot of fans in the back of their heads are hoping that, well, maybe playoff time or late in the season, you might put the skates on. How do you feel about that?
Well, there was no doubt, Stan, in my mind when we made the announcement at the beginning of the season that if the situation were to get better, I would be on my skates as soon as I can and you know, try to make a comeback this year, whether it be the last half of the season, the last quarter, or even the playoffs. And you know, no one has really given up on that idea yet. You know, like I said, I go to my physical therapy treatments, and you know, there really isn't a change in the situation as of yet. But you know, if there were to be one, well then you know, I'd be back as quick as I could.
When was the last time you put skates on?
Well, the last game against Philadelphia last year during the playoffs was the last time I skated.
Now, what do you do to keep yourself from getting down over this situation?
Well, I think I'm really past the point of getting down about the situation. I've accepted the way things are, and spoils what you know, what you're trying to do out there. So I haven't gone in and added my 2 cents yet. Although there have been times when I've given you know, some advice to individuals on the team as to things that I see that they may not be doing right. But you know, I don't want to go bother Terry and Bobby. I think they've done a great job from you know, from the start.
Now, your brother-in-law Pierre Kramer has been coaching the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is his rookie season. Will we ever have the time when coaching will remain in the family, that Michael Bossi may become a coach?
I don't think so. You know, I have no plans on becoming a coach. I think if at any point someone asked me to do it right out of the blue, I'd probably accept, just because I'm the kind of guy who likes a challenge and I'd like to see what it would be like. But you know, I haven't filled out any applications, so you know, I don't have any plans for it.
Well, speaking for all the hockey fans, we'd like to see Michael Bossi 100% and back on the ice, but we're all wishing you well.
Thank you.
We'll have more right after this.
When the sun right, gonna light up the night. Michelob Light, gonna light up the night. Wait for it, light up the night. Wait for it, light up the night. My Michelob Light, gonna light up the night.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Can you... American Express? My daughter and I just had an accident.
Do you need a doctor?
I think she's got a broken wrist.
That was some trip. I'd like to keep this while you're away at school.
Sure.
I've got something for you.
It's got my name on it.
Just in case.
Thank you.
Someone who cares when you're far from home. Membership has its privileges.
Hey, sport, what are you doing for fun today? When you're on the move, it's Lookout World. And your wheels had better keep pace, regardless of the load you bring. The '88 Toyota 4Runner. It all starts at your Toyota dealer. He'll help with a deal that makes sense for you. Great wheels, great deal, but you gotta go see him. When you hit the trail, it's gonna be a hot time. So head to your Toyota dealer and ride with the best.
It's the Islanders 2, the Devils 1. Only a goal separate them. That's exactly what separated them at the end of the first period. Dennis Potvin, the only score. Here, look at the anticipation. Basson jumps up against the glass, knocks down a clearing play by goaltender Alain Chevrier. Then he beats Driver to the puck, falling down, rolls it out to Alan Kerr, and in the short side, underneath the catching glove of Alain Chevrier. Alan Kerr with his 14th goal of the season at 4:19. Bob Basson assisting. The Islanders led 2-0. Don't leave your seats, folks, because that's not the way the score stands, as you recognize. Mark Johnson pounds the puck back to Bruce Driver. Driver, looking up for the situation, returns it to Johnson, and he said, "Thank you very much. We'll have a little passing play here." But watch down behind Gerald Diddick and Kelly Rudy. Pat Verbeek picks off the pass. A good play by Driver. Finds Verbeek coming out from behind the goal line, gives it to him, and he wraps it around into the open net. Driver and Johnson. A power play goal by Verbeek, his 26th goal of the season, his 5th on the power play at 8:50, and it was 2-1. The Islanders' lead was narrowed by a goal. The Islanders had several good scoring opportunities where we were all treated to some outstanding goaltending. Pat Flatley and Randy Wood team up. Flatley springs loose with the puck. Here's a backhand shot. What a stop by Chevrier off fleet-footed Pat LaFontaine as he's taken to the ice. Down at the other end, a beautiful pass by Jack O'Callahan, the defenseman, number 7, to Mark Johnson on the far side of the net. There, his shot into the net. That's taken away by a reaching, diving Kelly Rudy, one of the best stops of the game, if not the best. Kelly Rudy coming up big against Mark Johnson. That's some of the action from the second period. The Islanders are leading 2-1, and we'll be back for the start of the third period in just a moment. You're watching New York Islanders hockey right here on Sports Channel.
Buying a house isn't easy these days. The ones you can afford are just okay. The ones you really want are just a little out of reach, unless you have a 1-year adjustable rate mortgage from Long Island Savings. Our super low rate gives you super low monthly payments, so you can afford to move up to more house. And you're protected by interest caps and a lifetime ceiling, which gives you just a little more peace of mind. Call our mortgage specialists at 1-800-DLISB, the Long Island Savings Bank, your headquarters for home financing.
College means the opportunity to grow, to learn new ideas and pursue exciting challenges. At the New York Institute of Technology, excellence and opportunity combine to provide an educational and social experience designed to meet your individual needs. Our dedicated faculty and staff provide the warm and supportive environment so necessary for the fulfillment of your very special personal goals. The New York Institute of Technology, a private college where the focus is always on you.
We're built upon the notion that a bank should be strong. Pay attention to the customer, you'll never go wrong. Mixing all our knowledge, it's common courtesy. Build a bank with care and skill and
The teams have returned to the ice to begin the third period. The Islanders leading the Devils 2-1. Syracuse University basketball fans, keep up with the Orangemen here on Sports Channel with the Syracuse Coaches Corner. That's the Syracuse Coaches Corner tomorrow at 10 o'clock, right here on Sports Channel, the official channel of the New York fans. Should be a pretty good third period, wouldn't you say? There's a little bump and nod, hey? Lannon and Chevrier got a little something going there, wasn't it? McMahon, wasn't he the guy that started that stuff in the Super Bowl with the Chicago? There's Driver. Good. He likes playing against the Islanders, I'll tell you that. He got an assist in the second period. He now has 10 points in 5+ games for the New Jersey Devils against the Islanders this year. He leads the New Jersey Devils in points and goals, 3 goals and 7 assists. Sorella, sitting beside him on the bench right now, is second. Sorella has 6 points. 2 defensemen lead the New Jersey Devils in scoring against the Islanders so far this season.
And as we get set for the third period, the Devils a man short. Sundstrom will take the face-off. And look at the goalkeepers now, including Kelly Rudy. He's to our right. Gerbers with 5 seconds to serve, and it's 2-1 Islanders. Potvin shooting it into the New Jersey zone. Here's LaFontaine from back of the net, a stuff in, and it's under the right pad of Alain Chevrier.
The disadvantage of wearing a headset for these hockey games is you can't hear the whistle blow. You have to just anticipate when the Islanders and the Devils stop playing. But what a play. This is a set-up play right from the face-off. Dennis Potvin, they win the draw, rifles it off the end boards. LaFontaine on a wraparound. He almost beat him. Good move by Alain Chevrier. He got his pad around, and it's important that he keeps it flat on the ice, and he did. As Randy Wood comes in quickly, but it's hard to tell at what point the referee, we've seen so many times referees will blow the whistle as soon as they lose sight of the puck. It seemed a little longer than that, but I'm saying it just seemed that. I'm not sure that it took Kerry Fraser to blow the whistle.
Now the teams are at 6 aside. LaFontaine centering for Wood and Lauer. And Bruce Driver clears it out for the Devils. Off Brown, on into the center ice zone. Sundstrom into the Islander territory. Potvin after him. The puck goes loose back to the net. Sullivan got to it. Gave it away to Potvin, who clears the zone. That's going all the way down into the New Jersey end. Sorella back will touch up. Icing against the Islanders, 32 seconds into this final period. Cat Verbeek has the New Jersey goal. That gives him an 11-game streak. Points in 11 consecutive games for the Devils. For the Islanders, it was Potvin in the first period, Alan Kerr in the second. There's Ken Leiter coming out on the face-off for the Islanders. He and Deneen teamed up together on defense. The Islanders without Steve Conroy. He is he has not served one game. He sat out the game the other night against Quebec only because of travel problems and not getting back in time to get a meal and into the lineup.
They won't. That's not a gimme.
Apparently that's not one of the games of the suspension. The suspension was announced yesterday, and he'd already sat out a game. He missed a game as it is. He'll sit out 3 more. Flatley sends Brent Sutter into the New Jersey zone. The pass intended for Flatley was blocked. Leiter gets to it. Gave it to Flatley. Comes off the right wing boards. Back to Leiter. To Flatley. In some traffic. He works it to Brent Sutter. Into the corner for Dale Henry. Pulls away from Loisel. Brent Sutter is there. Worked it back to the net. Gets to it again. Left it for Henry. Couldn't handle it. Flatley goes after it with McLean. 2 of them battle in the corner. The puck comes loose. Brent Sutter with it. Trying to drop it into Flatley. He's broken up by McLean. Bannon failed to clear it out. Leiter to Flatley. Flatley's pass to Henry. He shoots. Turned aside by Chevrier. Henry back to the net to Brent Sutter. A wraparound. He was knocked down. There'll be a penalty on the play. Lannon is going to get an elbowing penalty. Henry comes back, tripping over Lannon. But the Islanders go to the power play. 18 and a half minutes of time remaining here in the third period. The New York Islanders leading the Devils 2-1.
We're Manufacturers Hanover, changing and growing to meet your needs. In Boston, a corporation chooses Interplex, our advanced treasury management system. In Chicago, our CIT Business Credit Company provides secured loans for expansion. In Tampa, a couple on vacation gets extra money. We're Manufacturers Hanover, and now you know why we're called the financial source worldwide.
Good shot by Dale Henry. What a stop here by Lane Chevrier. The puck goes off the backboard. There goes Wolanin after him, and this is the penalty. Boom, Wolanin. Look at the elbow right up in the side of the head of Dale Henry. And Wolanin goes to the penalty box, elbowing 1 minute and 24 seconds into the period.
The Islanders get the draw back to Potvin. They rule that it came outside the line. Back to Puzo, straddling the blue line, making the call. Potvin still doesn't believe it.
He believes it. He just won't let on. There isn't a heck of a lot you can do about it. As long as Pat Puzo decides to blow the whistle, there isn't really anything that can be done. The play is dead.
There you are. Some of our crew coming back to work, checking out the...
I didn't know anybody had been laid off.
I think they're just taking a break over checking out the floor to show. Johnson with a shot up high on Rudy. It kicks right back to Montrache, and there's no further play.
Mark Johnson has had some opportunities. You remember the goal post he hit back when they had a two-man advantage that did not go in, and then just after that, Verbeek scored a power play goal. But that was a high shot on Kelly Rudy. They have shot high tonight several times. 27-20. That's the unofficial shots on goal in the hockey game so far.
Sutter and Brown on the face-off. Islanders controlling it. Trache to Brent Sutter. Drops it back. Potvin has to chase it. The Islanders on their 5th power play of the game. They're 0-4 thus far. And Makela starts out with the puck. Over center ice. Into the New Jersey zone. Flipped it through out of the reach of Brent Sutter. Sutter gets to it. Got it back to Potvin. Into Sutter. To the corner for Trache. Trache looking for somebody open. Gives it to Makela. Back to the point for Potvin. Lets it fly. That went off Brent Sutter. Here's Makela. Makela across to Gerald Diddick. Centers one off the skate and off the side of the net. And there's the goaltender, Chevrier, clutching it in that catching glove.
Boy, I'm not so sure that it was that relaxed. Brian Trache took it off his skate. Now, whether it went in directly or toward the goal line, we'll have to take another look, and hopefully we'll see that. There's the rink-wide pass. Diddick across. Trache hit it with his skate. Then it went off the side of the net to Chevrier. Chevrier quickly getting across. Here's the tail end of that play a moment ago. The puck come across. There's Chevrier reaching out and getting a hold of it. Brian Trache deflected it first with his foot. Now, if it hit his foot and he deliberately directed it, which it appeared to be, and it hit the side of the net and it hit the goaltender and went in. Interesting.
Johnson plays it in deep. LaFontaine going back of the net, plays it to the left side for Leiter. Trying to move it in on the boards. Curvers blocked it, then played it down into the Islander territory. 46 seconds left in the penalty to Wolanin. 2-1. The Islanders leading the Devils. LaFontaine dropped it back to Leiter. Now to Johnson. Johnson gets to center ice. Makes the pass to LaFontaine. Left side to Henry. Dale Henry chased behind the net. Trying to put it out in front. It was blocked by Danico. LaFontaine nudges it to Johnson at the point. Into Pat LaFontaine. Now to Johnson, to LaFontaine. Nobody goes toward LaFontaine. Now he gives it to Johnson, right back in. Johnson across to Leiter. They get some people moving. LaFontaine shoots and scores!
Much like the setup play at the beginning of the period when Dennis Potvin sprung Pat LaFontaine, and a wraparound attempt was stopped by Chevrier. The power play, that's a setup deal. They get everybody thinking this side of the ice. It looks monotonous back and forth. Look at the signal by Thomas Johnson. He says, move it over. Here it comes. There's the pass to Ken Leiter. Everybody moving towards Ken Leiter on this side. Pat LaFontaine left wide open in front of Sullivan. He's got the open net. He pops it in. It's a 3-1 Islander lead. 31 goals now for Pat LaFontaine. Good play. You could see Thomas Johnson directing traffic with his one hand as he took the pass from Pat LaFontaine, signaling now's the time to move. They moved perfectly, and the Islanders executed another goal.
31 goals for LaFontaine, 20 of them on the power play now. Gilbert down the left side into the New Jersey zone, played it to the right wing to Makela. Big slap shot went wide. Chevrier didn't seem to react. Now Gilbert had it knocked out of his skates. At Verbeek, brings Broughton at center. 2-on-1 with Muller here on the right side. Muller takes the pass, and the shot blocked by Potvin. Muller plays it in deep now to Broughton. Trying to come from back of the net. Makela has the grips on him, chases him to the corner. Driver in off the point, lost it to Potvin. Potvin feeds it up the right side. O'Callahan kept it in for the Devils. Strachey pokes it around the boards over to Makela. Nico Makela shoots it high in the air, it bounces, and will go wide of the Devils' net. Get an icing call. Now the Islanders with a little breathing room on that LaFontaine goal at 3:13. They're up 3-1.
Mobil One synthetic motor oil. No matter what you drive, or how you drive, or where you drive, or what conditions you drive under. With Mobil synthetic oil technology, there's no finer engine protection on Earth or anywhere else.
Well, you saw basketball to begin the day on Sports Channel. Fairleigh Dickinson in that game, and now the Celtics and the Nets will follow the Islanders. Game played at the Meadowlands Arena tonight with our brand new Superstar camera. And that shot got behind Rudy, but Gord Dineen very alertly after it came through his pads, got to it and tucked it back in.
New Jersey Devils win the face-off. The puck goes back to the point position. Curvers with a good shot, a low hard shot. Here's the face-off. There's the play back. Here's the shot. Look at all the legs it gets through. Kelly Rudy goes down, grabs a hold, but then it squirts out behind him. Gord Dineen says, let me tuck it back in for nice safekeeping.
Brent Sutter facing off against Loisel. Sutter got the draw. Ryder plays it around to the left side for Richard Crom. Crom comes up to left side, clearing it into center ice on the right wing boards, and back goes Curvers. It's Alan Kerr in forechecking, now backs away a little bit. Basson and Crom both come in, and the Devils bring it out into the center ice zone. Loisel catches up to it. Over the Islander line with a slap shot that went wide on a deflection. Crom tied up in the corner by Brown. Bob Basson kicking at the puck. Brown trying to jab it out of his skates. Korn is there as well. Brown comes up with the puck. But Brown played it back in the net. There's Dineen using the right wing boards. Alan Kerr nudges it into the center ice area, and the Devils put it right back to the Islander blue line. Leiter has relayed it to Crom. Couldn't get Basson in across the line. Now the Devils get to it again. Sorella around to Tom Curvers. 5 minutes gone in the third period as Curvers plays it to center ice. Annie Morrow backhands it to the New Jersey line. Ron took it from Kerr, gave it right back. Kerr drops it in behind the net. Curvers trying to slap it around the boards. It hit Basson. Alan Kerr puts it back in the net again. Cleared by Chevrier to Loisel, up to Brown, all the way down into the Islander zone. It curls right to Kelly Rudy. Well, Brett Sutter starts out with the puck. The pass to Crom, intercepted. Haley puts it in front of the net. It's cleared out by Rudy. Danico with it at center ice. Over to Craig Willanen. And the Islanders chase it into their own zone. Flatley waiting for it on the right wing boards. Kicked it to Janssen. His shot went off McLean. Pile up. Morrow pokes at it. Janssen gets a stick on it. Brent Sutter steps into McLean, and Janssen comes up with it. But can't get outside the blue line. That shot from McLean went wide of the net. Richard Crom pokes it into center ice, and Johnson feeds it back to Danico. Up to Maley. Trying to send McLean into the open. Janssen bumped him, and the puck comes around to the left wing. Richard Crom clears it out. Danico shoots it right back in. The Devils regain the blue line. And here is Janssen starting out with it. Janssen backhands it away from McLean on into the New Jersey end of the ice. Willanen lost it. Brent Sutter is robbed. Got a second shot at it, and Chevrier, after his defenseman got crossed up, Chevrier comes up with two big saves. My goodness. The New York Islanders, the power play goal in this period, have a 3-1 lead over the New Jersey Devils.
Triple mileage on American can't beat us. Delta with extra mileage falls short. And United's extra mileage program doesn't come close. The fastest free trip on any worldwide airline is still Northwest World Perks. Fly round trip from now until March 31st, and we'll match the Northwest miles you fly in 1988. You can get a free trip after flying only 10,000 miles, Europe for 20,000, and Asia for 30,000. World Perks. No other airline can match it.
Alain Chevrier has made the saves necessary to have his team be more successful. Look at this. 1 shot, 2 shots. There's the rebound, 3 shots. As Captain Brent Sutter hammers away, Chevrier makes the saves. His team with only 1 goal so far, trail the Islanders by 2. It's 3-1 with 13 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the third period.
Brown fires one from the blue line. Rudy made the save. Lauer cleared it out. The Devils shoot it right back in again and then regain the blue line. Lofthand with it back of the net. Gave it to Pat LaFontaine. Off the boards with that pass. On into the Devils zone. That's Driver chasing it. Wood comes in on one side. Oh, Lauer steps into Driver. He roughed up a little bit after the play, and the puck comes out to center ice. Diddick dumps it in. The Devils regain control, and here's Jack O'Callahan. Over to Driver. Driver shoots it in from center ice. Back goes Potman. Potman plays it up the boards. It skips off the boards crazily and comes to the line, but held in. Brown takes it on the right wing. Gave it away to Flatley. Patrick Flatley parks back to the net. Tries the right side with a pass to LaFontaine. Fed it out to Dale Henry. O'Callahan reached over to knock it away. Flatley puts it into the New Jersey end of the ice. There's O'Callahan. Up the boards. Broughton slapping at it. Now Curvers plays it across off Brown's stick and in a little deeper. Brent Sutter into forecheck. Sutter knocks it away from Muller. Dale Henry leaves it for Flatley on the backhand. Turns, gave it to Leiter. His shot through a screen is blocked in front. Sutter with a shot. And again, Chevrier comes up big. Brent Sutter goes to the corner. Moves it along the boards. Dale Henry trying to get a stick on it. Now Sutter drops it in deeper for Flatley. Out to Sutter. It's cut off and held by Alain Chevrier.
Islanders continue the pressure on the New Jersey Devils. 11:45 remaining. Some good corner work. Some hustle by the Islanders along the boards. Keep coming up with the puck. Winning all the little games. Chevrier is finishing things off. There's the Islanders as they drop the puck. A give and go here, but it was intercepted by Chevrier, and he hung on to stop the play. Monday at 8, there's college basketball action on Sports Channel Plus. 4th-ranked and undefeated Temple University battles it out with Penn State in a Key Atlantic 10 matchup. That's Temple versus Penn State Monday at 8, live and exclusive on Sports Channel Plus. Sports Channel Plus is not available in all areas.
From the draw, the puck comes back to the blue line, and Janssen plays it in deep for Trottier. Around behind the net, that's Gilbert chasing it. Out of Brian Trottier. Trottier looks for Makela, put it out in front. Gilbert got a poke at it, but Naley is there and starts out for New Jersey. Long pass to McLean is knocked out of the air by Gilbert. They ruled that he knocked it down with a high stick, so there's no further play.
One waved it okay. Gord Brossiker said, yes, it's all right. He had a big wave of the arms, and then somebody blew the whistle right behind him. A little confusing, but signals like that happen often, or I should say are mistaken.
I want to go back to something as we look at Doug Carpenter. You were talking about Phil Watson and his coaching philosophies. Would they work in 1988 today, the modern thinking player and the way the game has changed? Would the Watson approach to hockey as a coach work now?
Well, no, I think it would. I think the bottom line to coaching on any hockey team is, one, if you have a little bit of talent, if the general manager can get you some talent, and then the fundamentals. Just have the team so good at the fundamentals. Now, if you have players come along that are so much better, the Pat LaFontaines in this case, the Bossies, the Trottiers, the Potvins, if they're so much better, then of course they can be innovative and do other things with the talents they possess. But if you can coach and get through to the players, the basics, the basis of the game, how to play it, where to go, when to go, then I think really that's what it is. It's a communication. And then it's to get the most out of every player that you can get out of them. It makes them feel better, and of course the team is so much stronger for it.
Devils shot one offside at the blue line. Kelly Rudy felt it, shaking it off in his left leg, caught him above the knee.
I'm a firm believer that once you've gone through, repetition is the greatest teacher, is to know, when to go, when not to go. And you practice it over and over until you're so sick. And I used to tease Al Arbor about it. I used to say, Al, I could sit in the seats with a blindfold on and know exactly what's going on in practice by the way you blow the whistle. And it was true, but that's the way he got everybody thinking. There he is, Al Arbor on the left. Speak of the general manager providing the players and the
Phone's lower regional calling rates make it easier to stay close.
I know it's important for you to be on your own,
but I wanted to say goodnight.
A call can make a difference.
Sunday? Dinner? We'd love to come.
New York Telephone, a NYNEX company.
Patrick Sundstrom hooking Pat Flatley. Flatley on his way down makes an effort to make a pass, but the penalty to Sundstrom. The New Jersey Devils have stopped skating partway through this third period. The Islanders were not slowing down. That's why all of the opportunities and the 2 goals for the Islanders in this third period.
Loisel brings the Devils into the Islanders zone offside as they kill off this penalty.
Devils in the season in penalty minutes are ranked 3rd. Only 2 teams have more penalty minutes than the New Jersey Devils. I know the Detroit Red Wings are one of them. The Islanders are last. They have the least number of penalty minutes. Their average is 19.2 penalty minutes per game, and the New Jersey Devils are better than 10 minutes per game more, 19.5.
Brent Sutter winning the draw. Potvin has played it across to Gerald Diddick. Knocked away from him. Brown trying to move in. Diddick got a piece of him. And off goes Diddick. A hooking penalty signaled by referee Kerry Fraser. So the teams will be at 5 aside. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third period. The Islanders up by 3.
Folks need a little help?
And how will you be paying for that?
American Express.
If you stop by our Minneapolis office tomorrow, you can pick up a new card.
I'm having some trouble checking into this hotel.
I can take care of it. Let me just talk to the hotel manager.
Thank you.
Okay.
A friendly voice in the middle of the night. Membership has its privileges.
New Jersey Devils putting on pressure. Brown, a man short. The Islanders on a power play, but that ended with that move by Gerald Diddick. He said, I didn't do it. Honest, it wasn't me. It was somebody else. I made a mistake. I was trying to say that the Islanders had 19.2 penalty minutes per game, and the Devils had better than 10 more. It's 29.5, not 19.5.
Pat Verbeek centering one. It comes back to the point for Sorella. His shot got through and went wide of the net. Back to the left side. Gordy Dineen knocks it away from Verbeek. And now Dineen takes the pass from Brent Sutter and brings it over center ice. Across the New Jersey line, offside on the play. Situation is this: 1 minute and 14 seconds left in Sundstrom's penalty and 1 minute 30 seconds left in Gerald Diddick's penalty. While the penalty was being handed out, Brad Lauer went down the runway toward the Islander dressing room. I imagine a lot of fans surprised that he came back to play the next game after breaking the big toe on his left foot.
It would depend upon how it was broken. If he shattered the bone and the swelling wasn't too great. A lot of times you get broken toes, broken bones in your feet, and they swell up. Obviously, you can't get your skate on, so you can't play. I think what's happened is that with having so much ice time and on his feet a lot, it's swollen up, so it's now painful to him and just can't continue. And it's foolish at this point anyway. With a 4-1 lead, he may as well go pack it in ice.
Well, Alan Kerr was knocked down, no penalty. Then he took Verbeek down, and there will be a penalty. Kerr went after him again with a slash. There may be a couple of penalties here, or more, we'll see. Referee Gary Fraser indicating Alan Kerr is headed for the penalty box.
It could be more than one penalty in this instance. There's a hook and a slash. I see the Gary Fraser down there indicating hook and slash, and it would be that both go to Alan Kerr. He does. He gets 2 for hooking and 2 for slashing. In retaliation, we've seen a lot early in the game. Here it is on Verbeek. Wow, that one got up fairly high, too, as Verbeek takes a two-hander across the upper shoulders after a hooking penalty by Alan Kerr. There's one slash. And it was just after that, that was the slash. I mean, in fact, that's the second portion. Earlier than that, it was a hook. But that, you saw the slash. So Alan Kerr gets 4 minutes in penalties. Diddick, of course, is in there for 1 minute and 13 seconds. Still, 57 seconds remaining on Sundstrom's hooking penalty.
They'll have a 2-man advantage for 16 seconds, barring further calls, once the penalty to Sundstrom has expired. 8 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third period. The Islanders 4, Devils 1. Devils with a man advantage now. Including goalkeepers, they are playing 5 against 4. The Islanders have shot at the length of the ice, and Chevrier will leave it for Driver.
I suppose if you knew you had just an outstanding puck-handling group of players on the ice now, you might take a chance on pulling the goaltender. Why not? You're down 4-1.
Yeah, might as well.
What the heck? Up against 3 players, and why not?
Johnson kept it in with a pass to Muller. Muller back to Driver through a screen. Pad saved by Rudy, and Johnson is there. Flips it up in the air and down into the Devils' zone. Mark Johnson goes back for it. 20 seconds remaining in Sundstrom's penalty, and then a 2-man advantage for New Jersey. Driver steps over the blue line.
Driver he handled the puck one time too many. Pulled it back out onto the blue line. Good call by Pat Tapuzzo. Offside on a power play. Take a look. Handling the puck one time too many. Now watch when he gets the puck on the blue line. He starts across with it, then he pulls it back up right there. Offside. What a shame as far as the Devils are concerned. Doug Carpenter, I could see him reach for his head as if to say, oh no. And that's an oh no. Somebody's got that's Driver with a contusion around the nose area. Boston Celtics and the New Jersey Nets coming up right after this hockey game.
Islanders up 4-1. Ryan Trottier dumps it into the New Jersey end of the ice, and Driver goes back.
See, the theory here is that on the face-offs, you have a skater down there by the net, so that anytime somebody dumps one down the ice on the shorthanded situation, you've got somebody to make sure it doesn't go in. Then he moves up at this position. Now you've got an extra skater.
Sundstrom couldn't take the pass. The Islanders 2-men short, and they cleared the zone, so no damage done. Diddick is back out, and the collision at center ice knocked Muller down. Driver with the puck. Driver shoots it in around the boards. Sundstrom after it. Morrow knocked it loose. Muller gets it back to the point for Johnson. Over to Driver. Driver holds it, gave it to Mark Johnson. Johnson with quarterbacks this power play, fed it to Muller, to Driver, to Johnson. Johnson shot one off Trottier, picks it up again. Johnson with a drive. Rudy, the right-hand save, and another penalty call in effect here. Diddick clears it down the ice. Now the Islanders are going to be 2-men short. Kenny Morrow drops his stick in disbelief. Terry Fraser says, you want 2 more?
Well, he said, talking to Stan Fischler, Terry Simpson, look at this. He's really mad now. He's got a lot to say. The referee, Kerry Fraser, but Fraser talking to Stan Fischler just prior to the hockey game on the Islander pregame show was talking about the fact that referees have still been instructed to call them and keep calling them throughout the hockey game. There's Mark Johnson as he rips one in. Good stop by Kelly Rudy. A beauty. There. Ken Morrow flattens Verbeek, and that's the penalty. It's still a penalty. A lot of times, as we have said, it's overlooked in the third period. But not by Kerry Fraser. He lived up to his word to Stan Fischler. And Muller makes a good move on the play. Did you see what Muller did? He handed the puck immediately to the Islanders. I think it was Gerald Diddick who shot at the length of the ice, but that gives them more time. They've got a full 2 minutes now with a 2-man advantage, providing they don't score. Now, if they can get one early and then get another one in the second, we've got a whole different hockey game. There's 6 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. That's what Doug Carpenter is pointing to. He's talking to Ron Smith, his assistant coach. But a whole lot of things can still happen in this hockey game.
Second 2-man advantage for the Devils. Terry Simpson taking a lot of time. That's only going to irritate the referee for a moment. Stan Fischler has an update on the condition of Brad Lauer. Stan?
Well, the word is that Brad Lauer has re-injured his injured toe, but it's just that the pain is so much he can't play anymore tonight.
Okay. The Islanders for the game tomorrow night in Buffalo. We'll certainly hope to have them there. Herbers shoots one, and the whistle had sounded. The referee, Kerry Fraser, indicating a slashing penalty, maybe more. Brent Sutter is headed for the penalty box. The Islanders can't be any more than 2-men short, but Sundstrom is going off as well, and that in itself is an assist here.
Patrick Sundstrom, I saw a slashing signal. I wasn't sure whether it was a cross-check and a slash, but Kerry Fraser continues to wave them off. Here's Curvers at the point position with a 2-man advantage. Now, what's he doing shooting from there? It hit McLean on the inside of the foot. Down he goes. but the whistle blows. A poor selection again. That's twice now with a two-man advantage. We've seen the New Jersey Devils taking shots from the point, which is a no-no, particularly when you're not on the net with it. There's no save necessary, and you didn't really have that many players in front. It's just not a good play to make. Got to maneuver the puck into a better position with that kind of an advantage. There's Sutter, Kerr, Morrow in the penalty box for the Islanders. And down at the other end, Patrick Sundstrom, kind of lonesome. He's got nobody to talk to.
Gets Sundstrom off that New Jersey power play. McLean comes out on the left side. Sullivan is on the right. Loisel in the middle. They have Curvers and O'Callaghan at the points. The puck comes back to O'Callaghan here on the right side into Loisel. Loisel pulls up, then it back to Jack O'Callaghan. Claude Loisel shoots one. Rudy the save. No rebound.
It's another bad selection. Shooting it from the side like that, that's a bad angle, and it's not going to afford you any kind of a rebound, because from that angle, if the puck hits Kelly Rudy, it generally comes right back to the shooter. There's O'Callaghan as he passes it in, wheeling and turning, letting it fly. It's high, it's hard. Claude Loisel, but it's no good. Kelly Rudy makes the stop. They're playing right into the Islanders' hands. Makes the Islanders happy, but I'm sure it doesn't make Lou Verrill, or I should say Doug Carpenter. There's Sundstrom for hooking, Sutter for slashing, and there's the times you see, 1:58 and 1:41 seconds remaining on the penalty for the Islanders.
Devils get the puck back to the point for Driver. Bruce Driver over to Mark Johnson. Into the corner to Broughton. They got their high-scoring line out there. The puck went off Potvin. Muller back of the net to Verbeek. Now to Muller. Leads it to the blue line to Driver, who took the pass at his skates. Fed the puck to Verbeek. Right back to Driver. Fakes once across to Johnson. Backs up a little as Trache watches him. Johnson to Driver. Back to Johnson. Into Broughton. Turn. Shoots. Rudy the stop. And the rebound was knocked away from Muller. Denny Potvin up with it. And he has trouble clearing the zone. The puck gets away from him. He recovers down on his knees. Here's Muller with it. Leads it to Driver to the side of the net. Verbeek centers. Muller bangs it in. And now Kelly is really upset, and Denny Potvin has a near fall for referee Kerry Fraser.
He could keep this two-man advantage alive if the Islanders get too vociferous here. Potvin is incensed. He thinks that he got pulled down with that battle along the boards for the puck. The New Jersey Devils came up with it, and it resulted in a goal. He is really hot, but it's now 4-2. The Islanders still will be a man short, maybe two. Kerry Fraser pointed at Potvin like he might. Here's the play here as Potvin went for the puck. He was restrained by one player, Muller, I believe it was, who ended up with the puck. And it was from there New Jersey started to wheel and deal. And here's the pass. Muller standing open in front of the net, pops it in. So it's now 4-2 as we look again.
Denny Potvin has assessed a 10-minute misconduct on the play. And there he goes. And we're told a game misconduct as well has been tacked on.
Of course, the one thing about the penalties he got is not going to be costly as far as losing men on the ice. Potvin may have put his hands on Kerry Fraser. He's arguing with him there, and he's saying to him, "You're gone." That's all. Potvin continued to argue. Trache come in. See the linesmen smartly move in to keep the abuse only verbal. But Muller has scored his 22nd of the season from Verbeek and Driver, a power play goal at 14:48. The Devils have had 8 power play opportunities. They've only had 9 shots on goal. They've scored once. The Islanders with 6 opportunities. They've had 4 shots on goal and also scored 1 goal. Amazing the number of shots. Only 13 shots in 14 power play opportunities between the two teams.
Now Brad Lauer has gone to the dressing room because the toe is swollen. Benny Potvin has gone off because of his confrontation with referee Kerry Fraser, and those two men are trying to figure out how they're going to get at least 2 goals to send this game to overtime in the next 5 minutes and 12 seconds.
They've got the time. Whether or not they've got the ability, there's 52 seconds remaining in Morrow's penalty still, so they have a man advantage. Potvin is lucky because if they gave him 2 minutes for abuse of the official, then of course the 2-man advantage would continue for the Devils. He got a 10-minute misconduct and a game misconduct. I wonder what the game was. I guess just because he just didn't shut up when the referee said to shut up. I don't know. I didn't see. I thought maybe he put his hands on him.
That's possible. Got a whole lot of young people, young hockey players from Long Island who are ready to play another game. When this one was over, they expected to be out on the ice by now. This one has dragged on. We have 5 minutes and 12 seconds left. Kerry Fraser has not endeared himself to this near-capacity crowd of Islander fans.
The game you were talking about is the European American Bank Long Island All-Star Classic coming up right behind this game.
Young people have been watching the game. No doubt the butterflies churning a little bit as they got ready to play. Now churning a little more down in the dressing room as this one still is now under 5 minutes left. Mark Johnson holding the puck. Shoots one from the point. Knocked down in front, and also knocked down is Verbeek. The puck in a pile-up. Deneen has cleared it. Picked up by Muller. Back to Johnson. Over to Driver. Driver centers one. Rudy the stop, and it rebounds to Broughton. Broughton turning. Back it goes to Driver. Into Broughton. To Driver. Into Broughton. Broughton trying to slip it in front. It hit Deneen, and Gilbert has cleared it, but held in as Driver knocks it down. Johnson over to Muller. A wraparound got through, and Rudy down. What a save he made off Verbeek. Oh, my. Gord Deneen brings it to center ice. Deneen twisting and turning. The teams are at 6 aside. He sends LaFontaine over the line. Cutting it on goal. Look at this. He shoots. Oh! Chevrier comes up big at the New Jersey end of the ice. Verbeek pokes it into center ice. Up comes Thomas Johnson. 4 minutes left. Johnson with a shot that missed on the stick side. Wood after the rebound. It's knocked away from him. The Devils will be called for having iced the puck as Morrow comes back to touch up. And 44 seconds left in regulation time. The Islanders are up by 2.
Daddy always wanted a boy, so he taught me all about cars, how to fix them and keep them running smoothly, because knowing cars was his business, and now it's mine. That's why I know a good deal when I see one.
Like Arco Supreme, the premium motor oil that saves gasoline. Now at any one of the 104 Auto-Right stores near you. Do it right with Auto-Right.
Let the pictures tell the story. Man, so much happened in such a hurry. Look at here, Verbeek with a chance to put it in. Kelly Rudy comes up with a tremendous save. I thought maybe Verbeek misshot it. Here, look at the move by Kelly Rudy as he dances in on Mark Johnson around him. Or I should say, Kelly Rudy's down the other end there. That's LaFontaine. I'm all excited with all this action at the end of a hockey game. LaFontaine makes 3 moves. Alain Chevrier does not move, and he makes the save off him. What a stop. But the one that made the difference was Kelly Rudy's. Down at his end of the ice, that could have brought the New Jersey Devils within 1. LaFontaine
down on the ice now. Kerry Fraser explaining something to the Devils. Had a conversation with Claude Loisel. No, we were talking about the problem with referee Kerry Fraser being a thyroid problem and not what it had been first diagnosed as. Kerry says that's all wrong. Hockey Night in Canada came up with that and said they don't know what they're talking about. It wasn't a thyroid problem at all. It was hepatitis and compounded by medication. And he feels he's got a lawsuit.
Going to call a penalty on somebody, huh?
Yeah. No wonder he's in such a foul mood, huh?
Malpractice penalty.
3 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the third period. The Islanders leading 4-2. Flatley knocked the puck down with a high stick, so they'll get a face-off outside the New Jersey blue line. The Islanders can win here today. They will assure themselves of winning the season series again. be up 4-2 with 1 game left, and that would be at the Byrne Meadowlands Arena Saturday, April 2nd.
Second to last game of the season. The Islanders finish up against the Boston Bruins. There's Craig Smith. Yeah, he's trying to keep his eyes open. He's been inundated with all kinds of things. Brad Lauer back to the dressing room and trying to get him taken care of. I'll look after some of the players hanging around that aren't injured. Make sure they get a little training in.
Randy Woods brings Alan Kerr on right wing. Gets in deep. Servers checked him as he tried to go back of the net. The puck is played around to Diddick. Works it in along the boards to Kerr. Put it out in front. Curvers is there. Tom Curvers clears the zone. Diddick plays it off the left wing boards. LaFontaine let it go. Kerr puts it into New Jersey end of the ice. LaFontaine in after it. Backhander to the side of the net. Sorella rounds the goal and starts out. A little less than 3 minutes to go as Sorella comes over center ice. Got it right on. Rudy, the kick save. It'll go to Kerr. Kerr shoots it in from center. Facing it is Sorella. Wood is right on him. Ties up Sorella. LaFontaine pokes at it. Takes it loose. Matt LaFontaine turns out of the corner. Gets it back to Johnson. Johnson plays it back of the net. LaFontaine around to Makela. LaFontaine had the stick knocked out of his hands. He parked in front of the goal. The puck comes back to Johnson. Johnson moves in. Delayed penalty against New Jersey. LaFontaine has the stick again. Thomas Johnson out of the corner with the puck. Centers one in front. Wood shoots. And again, Chevrier comes up big. The Islanders get to the puck. Makela's shot off Chevrier. And as Bailey touches up, we get a whistle and a penalty against the New Jersey Devils with a little less than 2 minutes remaining in the third period.
Tomorrow at 7 on Sports Channel, the Islanders square off with the Buffalo Sabres. Don't miss the live exclusive NHL action. That's the Islanders versus the Sabres tomorrow at 7 right here on Sports Channel. A few words being exchanged now. LaFontaine, driver, I don't know who he was yelling at, but he was incensed at somebody. Boy, a good chance here. Randy Wood had a good opportunity. What a stop by Chevrier. Makela had a good opportunity. What a stop by Chevrier. He's been outstanding here in this hockey game, particularly in the third period. Sorella, a cross-checking penalty with 1 minute and 59 seconds. There's the shot by Randy Wood. What a stop. Here's Thomas Johnson as he peels in from his point position. Watch Makela. I believe this was the flurry where Thomas Johnson, there it is, bang. That was Woods, excuse me. It was after that that Makela got an opportunity here as he pulls it up and lets it fly. What a stop by Alain Chevrier.
By my calculation, this is about the 7th power play for the Islanders in the game. They have 1 power play goal. That was at the beginning of this period. Trache brings it into the Devils' territory. Johnson got a stick on it. It was knocked loose, and Sullivan takes a look for Johnson. Missed him with the pass and off the point. Diddick lets it go. Chevrier the save. The rebound came off Flatley, who recovers now. Gives it to Diddick. Diddick to Flatley. Flatley closes in with a shot. Chevrier the save. Covers up with 6 seconds left. And a little pushing in front of the New Jersey net. What used to be respect has almost reached the point of disdain between these two teams. On the part of the Devils, I think there was a long period of respect for the Islanders, and now they're upset with them.
Pat LaFontaine gets hit in the face. There's Flatley as he drills the puck. Chevrier again. Ooh, there it is as O'Callahan got the stick up, getting it into the face of Pat LaFontaine. 6 seconds remaining. Fontaine obviously is going to be upset and say, what the heck? This late in the hockey game, I got to take one in the nose. Probably going to bring a little blood in there.
Now we're 6 seconds from the conclusion of this game. Over at the Meadowlands, the Nets and the Celtics. NBA action just nicely underway. We'll be joining that game shortly. As the Islanders have run their home ice streak to 11 wins and a tie in the last 11 visits by the Devils. A 4-2 win. And the Islanders move out of that 3-way tie for second place in the Patrick Division. That's their 22nd victory. Same number of wins as the Flyers have. 49 points. They're one behind Philadelphia in the overall standings. Pat LaFontaine and Mikko Makela with third period goals here. Muller got a power play goal for the Devils. And your final score is the Islanders 4 and the Devils 2. We'll be back with a recap of the Islander victory following these messages.
Light up the night. When the sun goes down, gonna light up the night. Silver label, red ribbon, taste that's right. Gonna light up the night. Michelob Light. Gonna light up the night. Gonna light up the night. Gonna light up the night. My Michelob Light.
And I don't want anyone driving my XT while I'm away. Do you understand?
The new Subaru XT6 has a powerful six-cylinder engine, computerized full-time four-wheel drive, and a design which makes it hard to resist.
Somebody drove my car. Who was it?
The Subaru XT6. We built our reputation by building a better car.
Every day, over 30 million AT&T calls go through on the first try. Thanks to a remarkably intelligent network that forecasts traffic, anticipates tie-ups, and determines the quickest way around them. All in less time than it takes to dial. The AT&T network, you can call it the mastermind of long distance.
Glad I got through.
We're reaching further to bring your world closer. AT&T, the right choice.
The Islanders beat the Devils for the fourth time this season. 4-2 is your final score. And they outshot the Devils by 1 in that third period, 14-13. And on the night, it's New Jersey with 39 shots. The Islanders have 33. The Islanders led 2-1 going to the final period. Pat LaFontaine gets a power play goal at the 3:13 mark. That's his 31st goal this season. Leiter and Janssen assisting, and they were off to a 3-1 lead. They made it 4-1 midway through the period. Mikko Makala recording his 24th of the year from Greg Gilbert. The 4-1 lead stands until the Islanders find themselves a couple of men short. Denny Potvin thrown out of the game as well, and the ensuing goal by Muller. Muller's 22nd from Verbeek and Driver, coming at 14:48. And the Devils go down to defeat here at the Nassau Coliseum again. They've only won once in this building. There's so many storylines in the game tonight. Kelly Rudy coming back with a big performance. Denny Potvin thrown out of the game. Of course, that's all overridden, I suppose, by the victory. And the Islanders moving out of the second place tie here in the Patrick Division.
And yet Brad Lauer that had to leave the game with his foot acting up and very sore. But at both ends of the ice, I think the outstanding part of this hockey game was the effort that the teams put into it. But more than that was the goaltending at both ends of the ice. Kelly Rudy was sensational, and I thought Chevrier was his equal. In the third period alone, Chevrier was incredible with some of the stops he made. Although Pat LaFontaine got to him, so did Mikko Makala, but you can't stop everything. He didn't get the kind of help that the Islanders gave Kelly Rudy down at the other end. You know, it's interesting. At the beginning of the third period, Jigs, you remember that there was a set-up play. Right from the very face-off, Dennis Potvin fed a play to Pat LaFontaine. On a wraparound attempt, he almost scored. On a power play, when LaFontaine did score, actually it turned out to be the winning goal, that we like to take a look at that winning goal. It was a setup. It almost got redundant, almost boring as the players passed it back and forth. But Ken Leiter there found Pat LaFontaine. Now, LaFontaine had exchanged passes with Thomas Johnson at least 4 times, back and forth, and then Thomas Johnson signaling with his left hand like it's time. They sprung it loose. Pat LaFontaine was left all alone to the left of Chevrier. He hammered the goal in, his 31st of the season, a big one for the Islanders. That actually gave them a 2-goal lead at the time, and the New Jersey Devils were never the same team after it.
Now, the Islander fans and people watching the game at home as well have to be wondering a little bit, I'm sure, about the officiating. They're going to be talking about this one, the number of times the Islanders are 2 men short, the way Kerry Fraser clamped down as compared to the way some of the referees have been handling things here in the last 10, 15 games.
I suppose it wouldn't be so tough if every referee did the same thing under the same circumstances, and I think that's what the complaint that the players have is that under the same circumstances, different referees will call it differently.
Now the Islanders get ready to meet the Sabres in Buffalo tomorrow night. We'll have that game for you beginning at 7 o'clock. But once again, your final score here at the Nassau Coliseum is the New York Islanders 4 and the New Jersey Devils 2. Now let's go to the Meadowlands, where Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics are meeting the New Jersey Nets. We'll get you up to date with the play-by-play, joining Steve Albert and Bill Raftery.
We want to say thanks to Jiggs and Eddie and welcome to the Meadowlands Arena. Welcome to all the Islander fans that might be tuned in as Otis Birdsong works feverishly.
Now, Larry Bird got caught deeper than he would like, and Bird very alert.
Steve Albert, the coach, Bill Raftery at a packed Meadowlands Arena as the Nets host the Celtics. It's 28-26 in favor of the Celtics. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. 10 on the shot clock as the Celtics wind it down.
Nice cut.
The give and go, and it's off Dennis Johnson, who claims otherwise, but it'll be Nets ball with 8 seconds.
Good job by Buck Williams. He caused the turnover.
First substitution the entire game, Mark Akers.
This is one of the few times we haven't felt the ice in the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
Usually it's cold here.
Speaking of ice, the Islanders beat the Devils 4-2 at the Nassau Coliseum tonight. If you didn't hear.
Ainge with the hold on, and Bagley, of course, not over the limit. They'll take it on the sideline with three left.
First in the last 2 minutes.
1 second in the corner. Birdsong would have counted, but Mr. Johnson got a piece of it and deflected it away. So that's the end of the first quarter. A tight one. The score: the Boston Celtics 28 and the Nets 26.
Okay, listen up. Oakley here is filling in for Ball tonight.
For 3 years, Bill Oakley took orders. But tonight, he's got to stand up and take charge.
You make America work.
Here's to you, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser. For all the guys who know it's not what you say, but what you do.
That's for you.
You're watching Sports Channel, the official channel of the New York Fan.
Now's a good time to put your spare time to good use. At Nassau Community College, you can take classes for career advancement, personal enrichment, or just for the fun of it. Join your friends or make new ones. Select from all kinds of courses, morning, afternoon, evening, and weekends to fit your schedule. Call us at 222-7501. Nassau Community College, for a better you.
Tomorrow at 9:30, catch the sports talk show everybody's talking about. Rod Mashad talking sports with his special guests, Bobby Valentine, Sid Bream, Ralph Franca, and Roger Kahn. That's Rod Mashad talking sports tomorrow at 9:30 on Sports Channel. 1 quarter complete here at the Meadowlands Arena. Capacity crowd on hand, and the Celtics lead at 28-26. Steve Albert with Bill Raftery.
All that talk about Bird and McHale, and we forgot about Robert Parrish at the Open anyhow. Dirk Minifield in the game now. He has 6 rebounds and 8 points, Robert.
Not a bad way to start.
Nope.
And he's getting a bit of a rest. The Nets going with Pearl Washington and Otis Birdsong in the backcourt to open the second. Dallas Comegys in the ball game now. He's at the power forward with Orlando Woolridge and Buck Williams.
Dallas wasn't sure of the double screen there for Bird. It's all right. He can play some offense. They always remember when they get it.
So this is an interesting setup for Bob McKinnon. Buck Williams now having to play the big spot. Here's Bird with a quick release. The rainbow is off. Buck Williams snares it. This is Birdsong, matched by Ainge.
It's going to be on Comegys. You see that shove?
Smiling.
Why would you want to push Dirk Minifield away if you're 6'9"? You should hold him. Say, stay here until they get the ball to me. Just unnecessary. Runs to the box. Now he's got the little guy. Just relax. Don't discard him. Use your head.
Dirk Minifield, a former net. Look at that pass. Beautiful.
And Woolridge felt he was held on the double. Somebody in the back there has to help and stay in the lane.
30-28 Celtics. Minifield, who has been playing so well since coming over to the Celtics. Here's Comegys. Athletic move, but no score.
Akers, who impressed us, Steve. Remember, Boston played pretty well.
Looking at Oral Roberts signing as a free agent. There's Fred Norman Bates Roberts.
Nice major league rebound there by Buck. Akers getting 14 minutes a game, Steve, and pretty tough competitor.
Second round pick of Dallas. Oh, goes for the Pearl.
I'll tell you, Oral Roberts could have used some of those sleight of hand moves that the Pearl has when he needed all that money.
How about Fred Roberts' moves?
Look at this as Mark left the laundry on the baseline.
Number one on Roberts, but Akers right in the thick of things as well as the Pearl makes it a three-point play. 31-30, the Nets take the lead.
Just hope they don't wake up Larry Bird. Let him rest.
Ainge with a fadeaway. Oh, a swooping rebound by Roberts. Very impressive. But a whistle by Terry Durham.
I think Buckaroo.
You got it. His second. So that will send Roberts to the free throw line. The Nets getting set to send Dudley Bradley into the ball game, the defensive specialist.
Well, of course, the Celtics playing smaller. You know, Akers not that dominating figure in the center spot, so going to be an all-forward lineup for both clubs.
So Fred Roberts, 77% at the line.
You want to go for his hairdo, Steve.
I was thinking about it.
I think it might help you. You always need something to open up a conversation.
Yeah, good conversation piece on dates and at parties.
Yeah, just picture a young lady saying, ooh, where'd you get that do?
Start calling me Norman Bates.
Celtics doing a little pressure off the made free throws.
Celtics by one. 2 minutes gone by in the second. Kamaji, Bird trying to steal it away.
Oh, he's not. There's no question where that's going. Dallas must use a little better judgment. Patience. Kick it out. Get it back to him.
He go right to that hoop. Bird.
Nice hands by who else?
Guess who, huh? Dudley Bradley. What a move. Now, the pass from Birdsong.
Nice look. Nice look, huh? Good cut as well. Pearl very active. Of course, he's playing with so much confidence, as noted there. Even in the interview, he's so much more outgoing.
Very comfortable, even with you.
Even knows my name.
But how about Bradley? Instant impact. Off the bench, a steal, great pass.
Sort of an unforced turnover by the Celtics there.
That's looking impressive here in this stretch. 33-32, they lead. 9:05 in the half. The Pearl against Minifield.
Where you going?
Lucky he's out of control.
Got the foul, huh, on Fred Roberts.
They got a little break there. That's number 2 on Roberts. But I have noticed a big difference in the Pearl, not only when he talks to you, but he really is a lot more comfortable, likes playing that shooting guard spot, gets a lot more shots, obviously, and likes playing for Bob McKinnon.
I thought it was cute. He thought we were going to show highlights of Syracuse against Villanova. You see that?
We don't have enough time. There's so many.
Well, off the air, we had talked about Syracuse against Villanova, so it was in his mind that that's what we were going to show.
Must have been a major disappointment when you didn't.
We had some good ones of him, though.
Akers gets the step. Kamaji's lost him. Here's Roberts.
That terrible gamble that high on the floor. Stay in position. You've got to recognize I can't deflect it. Get behind the man.
Tied at 34 now. That had the shades of a give and go, but it didn't pan out. Kamaji's and Birdsong will travel. So the turnover. John Bagley returns, replaces Otis Birdsong, leaves with 6 points. Seems to be all right. He came up lame a few minutes ago. Seemed to be in pain, but it's okay.
Got a shot in the knee.
And that hurts. Oh, soaring rebound, Kamaji.
That was impressive.
Yeah. Look out now, Dallas. Tough. This time, maybe should have taken the shot.
Oh, you can't handle it that close. Buck anticipating the shot. But comment on Birdsong going out. He walked and was out. Coaches don't like to take you out when you make that mistake. Bagley had been up for him. And now a 20-second timeout by the Celts.
As the Nets send in the natural center and Mike Jaminski, Buck Williams will go back to the bench. And Casey Jones talks things over. Tied at 34. 8:11 remaining in the first half.
Steve, you must remember that Dallas Comegys is a rookie and will make some mistakes, but he does love playing that offense.
All right, you were talking about the Pearl and Syracuse before. Well, Syracuse University basketball fans keep up with the Orange Men right here on Sports Channel with the Coach's Corner. That's the Syracuse Coach's Corner. Good friend of yours, Mr. Boeheim. Yes, tomorrow at 10 on Sports Channel, the official channel of the New York Fan.
Well, they're going to be a good club at the end of the year. They lost to Villanova, as you know, but they are a good team. I think they're going to get better because their defense has improved.
And offensively, Sherman Douglas, he's a good one. Derek Coleman, Cycli. Larry Bird with the fadeaway. Ooh, volleyball type play there, didn't work.
They're doing some job on Larry Bird. Or maybe Larry is doing it on Larry, huh?
Could be a combination. He has only 8 points. He has 2 fouls and has been out of it so far.
That's what you say. Don't wake him up, Steve.
That's about it. G-Man with a little battle going on with Akers. Bradley with the steal is second, and then it just trickled out of bounds.
Some guys just have a feel for what's going to happen. Dudley Bradley happens to be one of them.
Boy, he's got a nose. All right, Darren Day is going to come into the Celtic lineup, and Larry Bird, a little befuddled right now. He goes to the bench, a rare sight. He's sitting down with just 8 points this far into the ball game and 2 fouls.
Well, Darren Day hadn't gotten there in time. That's why Larry was looking around. Triple screen for Ainge.
So Day will have to wait as Ainge can't connect. Out of bounds off Comegys. Here comes Darren Day in the ball game.
Substitution number 20, Darren Day enters the game, replacing Fred Roberts.
Darren Day, the former UCLA star, he'll replace Freddie Roberts, and Lewis will come into the game. Reggie Lewis, the fine young rookie out of Northeastern, really looking sharp, and he replaces Ainge.
Maybe KC. A lot of critics in the Boston area saying he's not playing the bench as Akers rolls to the goal.
They go the other way. The foul on Akers.
One of God's little Akers.
Now KC looking to insert Robert Parrish. Akers will go to the bench. For the first time in quite a few years, the Celtics with a lot of depth. Got that bench going along with the front five.
Not playing as much as they did early in the year. Minutes are coming down. Lowhouse 11, Lewis 10, Akers 14.
Seasting and Kiter on the injured list, in case you were wondering, and the ball with a penetration move.
As he gets to know the league, he just seems to get away with more.
Well, it's now 36-34 Nets.
They got an illegal D. Let's see. Yeah. Pearl doing a good job. They had posted up Reggie Lewis from Northeastern. And the weak side defense was in the lane. But this is where, as noted, the ability to penetrate and either dump or get something pretty positive. Not bad.
And with that, a timeout is called by the Nets. 6:48 to go in the second. And the Nets lead it by 2.
For nearly a century, this monument to Christopher Columbus has stood high above Columbus Circle in New York City. Built by funds from the Italian-American community, the monument commemorates the historic voyage of Columbus to America in 1492. But time and the environment have taken their toll, and now restoration is needed. I'm Joseph F. Carlino. In a few moments, I will be giving you a very important address. Please help us restore the Columbus Monument. We will also establish a fund for its perpetual maintenance. In 1992, we will be celebrating the 500th anniversary of the discovery of America. Now here's the address. Send your contribution to Columbus Citizens Foundation, 8 East 69th Street, New York, 100-1.
Well, the Nets are on top 36-34 with 6:48 left in the first half. Celtics having some difficulty from the floor here in the second quarter, shooting 10 and hitting just 2. And the Nets 4 for 7. And Larry Bird has been struggling, not making an impact in the first half. He's on the bench with 8 points and 2 fouls. as the Nets mascot Duncan looks to make an impact on this crowd. Tough crowd, huh? Tough crowd to play.
I should have worn a green shirt. He may have had a better shot at it. But Boston, when they needed, they seemed to come up with something. Pistons came in, handled them easily. And Tommy Heinsohn told Mike Gorman, who does their play-by-play, that he feels they turn it on and turn it off too much, and they're going to get caught. They've got to get more consistent, play longer minutes better.
They beat Detroiters. McHale and the grab, and McHale with a chance for a three-point play. The Pearl got him.
As he ran through, Steve, put that hand up. Can't reach that high. Stay away from him.
Yeah, just to finish that thought you were talking about, they beat the Pistons 143-105.
A lot of heat. Rodman and Isaiah's comments, I happen to be up there prior to the game, you know, bringing back the nonsense.
Yeah, I remember that from the playoffs last year. There is no love lost between the Celtics and the Pistons. Three-point play. McHale has 9, and the Celtics by 1.
And Lambeer is not one of the favorites. And this is off Bagley, a good call.
Yeah, he just dribbled it off his foot, but he claims that he was pushed.
Well, you fight over the top. That's what Minifield did. Good job.
Dirk Minifield, originally a second-round pick of Dallas back in '83, traded to the Nets for a second-rounder.
It ahead, kept in by Dave Taylor.